Hi, everybody. Ross, the West Ham Network. Hope you're safe and well. Happy Monday. It's always a happier Monday when West Ham win. And bloody put 4 past Bournemouth. Bloody hell. Bloody hell. 7 points off Chelsea now, I think, aren't we? Something like that. And obviously, we play Liverpool on Wednesday. And obviously, tomorrow night is the Under-18s FA Youth Cup final against Arsenal at the Emirates. Hopefully, see you guys there. We'll have a little bit of a preview tomorrow to get you all ready for that. Base Hammershead as an association with the KUMB.com boys. 3 stories as per usual. The first one is is about us being linked with a record breaker. Do you want to be a record breaker? Well, according to the Daily Mirror, West Ham are one of 4 Premier League clubs who want to sign Stevenage starlet Mackenzie Evans, this record-breaking striker who is the youngest ever player to feature for Stevenage, has yet to sign a professional deal in his short career and has only 1 year left on his scholarship with the Stags. One out on loan for non-league side Potters Bar, he became the youngest ever player to score for Potters Bar in their history when netting against Lewis. He's 16 years old and 248 days. The striker is the youngest ever to play in the club's history in its 47-year history. Now, apparently, he's being linked with the likes of Chelsea, Brighton, West Ham, and Aston Villa, who are all monitoring him very closely. And it goes with what we were saying before about the youth and investing in the best youth team, the best youth players around the world. Really, I mean, you look at the time of players we've brought in. Callum Marshall, Patrick Kelly, both doing really well for the under-18s, and Mackenzie could be another one. Could be another one to come in for the next round, the next age group that comes through. So obviously, the under-18s will most of them will move on to the 21s in the summer. So it's getting getting the production line going again. So keep an eye out for Mackenzie. He'll be someone you hear a lot of, I have no doubt. Another guy we're linked with, another young lad. We actually linked him during the January transfer window. Was it last year or was it the summer transfer this year? Can't remember exactly, but it's the Cliftonville teenager Sean Moore. Now, according to the Belfast Telegraph, they claim that a deal for Moore to West Ham is now all but done. It's stated that West Ham will be paying about 170,000 for him up front, with the fee rising to around $500,000 with add-ons. Cliftonville will also get a hefty sell-on clause as well, as they want to cut in any future success for the teenager with the Hammers. He's got a bright future ahead of him. The report claims that West Ham made an offer to sign him in January, but no deal was done. They hadn't given up and are on the verge of landing their man, apparently. It's noted that Everton, Newcastle, and Celtic were among the clubs also interested in signing him, although West Ham are believed to have won the race, beating all the interested clubs to the teenager's signature. Again, we're talking about Marshall, we're talking about Patrick Kelly, all from Northern Ireland, all sort of young lads breaking into the 18s and doing very well. He emerged through the Cliftonville ranks and he's making quite a name for himself in Northern Ireland. The Cliftonville manager actually likened him to Messi. So there we go. 170 grand for Messi. That sounds an absolute bargain. He's played 35 times in Cliftonville, bagged 6 goals and 3 assists. Primarily a winger who can play either flank. He's capable of playing as a wing back if needed as well. Northern Ireland and Republic of Ireland are also vying for his services as he qualifies for both nations internationally. We won't care too much about that right now. But, beating Newcastle and Celtic to his signature, that's very much a coup and one for the future. So it's good to see that there's, a progression and bringing in the best youngsters in and around the world. And lastly, a one that's probably for now. The other 2 are definitely for the future. A rumor that we've been linked with now. West Ham and Arsenal apparently have set our sights, or they've set their sights on Villarreal star Samuel Cluqueeze. According to Mundo Deportivo, the winger has been one of the outstanding players for Villarreal this season. 13 goals and 14 assists in 41 games, 24 goal involvements in 41 games. That's not a bad return. Includes a brace against Real Madrid when his side won 3-2 at the Bernabeu. And the 23-year-old's fine displays aren't surprisingly caught the attention of the likes of West Ham and Arsenal. His Nigerian international contract runs out. There's another reason it runs out in 2024, and the Yellow Submariners have an intention to tie him down to a new contract, which he hasn't accepted. he isn't in terms of their renewal offer yet. He seems to be aiming to maybe look to a switch elsewhere. And the newspaper explains he could be thinking of changing clubs in the summer. So there we go. So a couple of ones for the future and one maybe for the summer. And that's it, my friends. Thank you very much for your time as always. Short and sweet, just like me. And we will see you guys later on. News at 10 we'll have tonight. A few more stories about Ben Johnson, maybe off ski to a Premier League rival. And they've already got potentially a replacement already lined up. So take care, stay safe, stay warm, stay humble, keep the faith. Come on, you bloody irons. And I'll see you guys soon.